Welcome back to the Final K. I think I'm live. Yeah, I am. Welcome back to the Final K. We have got stage 2 of the Volta Catalunya here. 38.6 kilometers to go. Sam Bennett's just dropping out the back of the peloton now. That is the stage on the screen. We're just, I'd say, about halfway up till we hit the peak of the tall mountain hill thing towards the end of the stage. But yeah, 38.4k to go. My camera's off. That's a bit better. So as I was saying, with 38.2k to go, there is a breakaway up the road, 2 minutes 14 up the road. There's 3 in it, but then there's another group about 30 seconds down on that breakaway. So the 2 and the 30 seconds off the front are Samuel Fernandez and Julian Ariola Benoa from Caja Real. Then the 3 out the front are Diego Uriarte, Baptiste Vestroffer, and Liam Slock. So Liam Slock and Vestroffer from Lotto Intermarché. Vestroffer is in the polka dot jersey, so he's obviously going for the mountain points, but there was mountain points and the sprinter points actually. He's been winning the I think he's virtually, if Dorian Goudon doesn't win today, or if he doesn't win today or doesn't come in the top 5, I think Vestroffer goes into the sprinter's jersey. So yeah, he's won the first 2 intermediate sprints and there's 1 to go, so he's got 6 points from those 2. He won the category 3 climb at the start of the day, so there's another 3 points in the mountains jersey. So I think he's virtually sitting in right now he's virtually sitting in the points jersey. I just need to I'm going to show all the jerseys here in a second. I'm just sending a photo over to my computer just so I can update something. Right. There. That's it. Just wanted to update that subscriber count in the top left. 139 now. So yeah, so 2 minutes 7 for the front of the race, 3 left. It looks like they're maybe 3 or 4 kilometers from the last intermediate sprint. And then I say they're 10 kilometers from the top of that mountain hill. I don't even know, is it a mountain? I'm not 100% sure, but it's not categorized or anything, but they're about 10 kilometers off the top of that, and then it is descending down with a few rises into the finish. I will get the favourites for the stage up in a second. Let me just get a poll going. But as for the front of the peloton, but it's a bird's eye view. I was going to tell you who's pulling at the moment. Just getting a poll ready, but bird's eye view of the peloton, it is sort of stringed out quite a bit. Not really a big bunch, but Breakaway 2, 3 up the road. Who's the favourites to win? I'm going to get them up in a second. I'm just figuring out I'm getting a poll going here. And then I will get the rest of the graphs up. So I will... It's pretty much going to be near enough the exact same poll as yesterday. But my prediction for the stage I went with Goudon to win it. I was going to go with Goudon, but I thought, I felt a bit bad putting 2 videos up in a row and predicting the same rider twice. So I went with Brady Gilmore off NSN. Well, I think whoever's sprinting for NSN, because they've got Brady Gilmore and Ethan Vernon. Ethan Vernon dropped yesterday. So if he's there today, he'll be sprinting. If he's not, it'll be Brady Gilmore. So I went with Brady Gilmore. But pretty much whoever is sprinting for NSN today, I think will get it, because it looks like they're wanting a stage. So there's a poll out now. I'm going to go through the jerseys and the favourites. So that is the GC, obviously, the winner. Pretty much that is the stage yesterday from 1st to 6th. This is how the points jersey is looking. and I've turned it off. So that's how the points jersey's looking. The only change in it is Weisstroffer is now on 12 points. He won the 2 intermediate sprints there today. There's one more to go, so he'll be going for it. He's at the front of the breakaway now. There's 1.4 kilometers to that intermediate sprint, but he's in 12 virtually now, so Gudon needs to do a pretty good performance today in the top 3 maybe to go back into it. As for the KOM jersey, Weisstroffer again, he's on 16 points now because he won the category 3 climb at the start of the day, so he's on 16 points. The youth jersey is Simone Gualde from who's he riding for? Can't even remember. That's a great start. Astana. No, sorry, Lotto Intermarché. Lotto Intermarché, they're holding it with Lenny Martinez in second, but they're all on the same time. And then as for the favourites today, we have got. I just look up the favourites and go on whatever bookie is showing them. So the favourites are, as it stands, Ethan Vernon is the favourite. Gudon is second favourite, and then we've got Ulig from Alpecin, Noah Hobbs from AF Education, Alberto Danesi from Quickstep, and Remco Evenepoel is wrapping them up in sixth favourite. But we've got Liam Slock here protecting Weisstroffer just as they're coming to the final intermediate sprint. Weisstroffer comes around the left-hand side and moves to the front. I wonder if the rider from Kern, is that a Kern? Yeah, Kern Pharma. I wonder if he's actually going to sprint and try and beat Weisstroffer, but he does look to be struggling at the back here. But there's 3 riders at the front. Like I said before, it's still the same. Liam Slock, Baptiste Weisstroffer, and Diego Uriarte. 2 riders that were in the breakaway with them. There was 5 at the start of the day. They've dropped a bit. PCS is saying about 1 minute 4 from the peloton, or from the breakaway. So that's Samuel Fernandez and Julian Ariola Benoit from Caja Real. So I think never mind. Well, no one even sprinted for the intermediate sprint. Weisstroffer just rolled over in first, Liam Slock second, and Diego Uriarte in third. So that is the last of anything to do with points, KOM, sprinters points. It is now they're sitting on the screen. On the profile on your screen, they're sitting at the last. They've just passed that last blue dot before the peak of that mountain/hill, and then when they get to the top of that, it is a descent with a few rises down to the bottom. The final 1 kilometer, I'll mention that again, like towards it, but the final 1 kilometer is also uphill. It's 600 meters uphill. I don't know the exact percentage, but I think it. Let me see if I can try and figure it out. So 1 kilometer, I'd say probably about 600 meters uphill yet again. So it is. So I'm just on an ad break now. So I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to resort to PCS for it. But vote pretty split at the moment. 3 votes, 1 for Gudon, Evenepoel, and Pigcock. And after that finish yesterday, I'm hoping for fireworks yet again. But tomorrow's stage is, I think I said for tomorrow's stage, I'm actually going to get it up on the screen. So that's tomorrow's stage on the screen. Hectic day at the start with a category 1 and a category 2 climb. Category 3 towards the end, but then it's flat towards the finish. I said in my preview that I think this is going to be a versatile sprinter stage, just because I don't think they're going to go as hard for the stage, because stage 4, 5, and 6 are pretty brutal. So I don't know. I need to think about it yet. I don't know if Ethan Vernon could maybe get over those climbs. Depends how hard the peloton ride. Sam Bennett, don't know. He did an interview there saying that he's still not quite there yet after his surgery. He's happy to be there, but he's still not quite there. He doesn't have that extra bit of pace or attack in a sprint, but he's just happy to be there, and he's able to keep up with the peloton for a decent amount of time. He dropped there about 5 kilometers ago. But yes, back to stage 2. There is, I don't know any percentages or gradients or the steepness of any of the climbs yet to come, because like I said, there's no categorized ones, and there are a few hills I have to go over. But I don't. Will UAE go to the front again? It is a pretty technical finish again, so maybe we see UAE go to the front. Make sure Joao Almeida. Might be. It could be like it could be a carbon copy of yesterday's stage, which I mean I'm not going to complain with because yesterday's stage was brilliant. So it could be a carbon copy where we see UAE move to the front with Visma Lisa bike on their wheel and just making sure that everyone is okay. I would like to see Ineos at the front. They weren't really at the front yesterday, but Dorian Gudon found his way to the front in the final 5 kilometers when Jonas Vingegaard was pulling. So maybe Ineos don't need to be at the front. Gudon did say in an interview that he doesn't have his strongest team with him, but the riders he does have with him, he is pretty confident in getting him in a good position. Now yesterday Ineos were nowhere up within the final 20k. They disappeared. It was UAE with 5 riders, Visma with 4 riders, Red Bull had 1, which is Evenepoel, Q36 had 1, which was Pidcock. I'm talking like before the final 5k, where between 20 kilometers and 5 kilometers, where UAE decided to rip it up. We're saying there was 2 Movistar, which one was definitely Utebrooks, one could have been Maas. He did finish in a good position yesterday as well. Lenny Martinez was there with a teammate. I think Uno X had 3 riders, but the team that I thought, Ineos, I thought they were going to be controlling as they were before that 20k. I thought they were going to be controlling for quite a lot of that final bit, but they didn't really need to in the end because Dorian Gudon found his way to the front. And I mean, if you didn't see yesterday's finish, go and watch a highlight or something because it was brilliant. Pidcock, Evenepoel, and Gudon all sprinting. And finally back on TV coverage. Now that was one long break, but there is now 30 kilometers to go. 1 minute and 38 for the breakaway on the peloton. Let me just try and I've got the wrong thing. I need to change the 30 kilometers now, so we're into the final 30k. Like I said, as always, I'm live all week. I've just uploaded a new video as well. I uploaded it yesterday. It was the preview for the Ronde van Bruges happening tomorrow. It is, yeah, today's Tuesday, isn't it? Yes, so today's Tuesday. Tomorrow is Ronde van Bruges, the first of 3 Belgian classics happening this week. So I'm going to be live for it tomorrow, as well as stage 3 of the Volta Catalunya. So go and check out that preview. As you just seen on your screen, TikTok, Instagram, all that. But yeah, the Ronde van Bruges preview, it's tomorrow. I'm going to do my prediction for it on TikTok and Instagram later tonight. Or later today, actually, probably a couple hours after this race finishes. But I was very disappointed with because it was a World Tour race. So there was Dylan Groenewegen, Jasper Philipsen, Arnaud Delis. Merlier was injured, but he was still down for it, so I sort of expected him to be removed off it. But Arnaud Delis, Sebastian Anderson, and like everyone pretty much got removed. Arnaud Delis and Sebastian Anderson aren't riding it anymore. And there was like 7 teams that only had 1 rider announced. Now everyone has announced their team pretty much now. This morning it all got announced, but I mean yesterday, 2 days out from a World Tour race, and 4 teams had confirmed their team. I thought that was a bit. I didn't like that. I didn't think it was good. Especially the only reason is because it is a World Tour race, and Belgian Classic. Albeit it may not be the most exciting. I hope it is exciting, but it is a big day for the sprinters, and 4 teams have their team announced. So wasn't a good look in my opinion. Well, obviously for me, because I was trying to make a preview with scraps, but still got one done anyway. It's a preview with 5 riders to watch, a couple honourable mentions. So if you want to check that out, greatly appreciated. But back to the race, the stage 2 of the Volta Catalunya. Baptiste Weisstroffer has now dropped out of the peloton, the breakaway, so we're left with Liam Slock of Intermarché and Diego Uriarte from Kern Pharma. So that is who's left in the breakaway. The other 2 riders must have been caught. What was their names? Samuel Fernandez and Julian Ariala Bohega or something. Them 2 have been caught, but the 5 of those riders that I named, they were at the breakaway from the start of the day. And everyone's being reeled in now. I will get the red arrow out. quick red arrow to show where we are. There's a red arrow on screen. And of course I'm moving other things. So we're just about to hit the peak of this climb. Just about to hit the peak of it. I think it's flat for maybe 1.5 kilometers, and then we hit the descent. They're just showing an interview from Ethan Vernon now, who, like I said, dropped yesterday. He was, and it seemed to be NSN's main man, because yesterday Ineos, NSN, and who was the last team? Ineos, NSN, and Bahrain maybe. They were all pacing at the front, and I'd say about 10 kilometers with about 10k to go, Ethan Vernon dropped out the back, and it was left to Brady Gilmore to try and do a sprint, which he got out of the saddle for about 3 seconds and had to sit back down. But he was working earlier on in the peloton trying to bring the break back, so that was understandable. But I think they may change tactics a bit at NSN with, Ethan Vernon drop. I think they may look towards Brady Gilmore more today, see how that happens, or they might ask Brady Gilmore not to work as much in case Ethan Vernon does drop. But it is a descent down to the finish. It's not as hilly as yesterday's. Still, I'd say 1, 2, 3, no, I wouldn't say major, but 3 uphills that would stick out to me on the descent. And then, like I said before, and I will keep reiterating, the final 1 kilometer, the final 500-600 meters are uphill as well. Don't know the percentages of it, but I hope they release it soon, or there's some sign of it. But yeah, let me actually have a look at yesterday's stage, because it is, I'm talking about the standings for yesterday's stage, because I'm going to rhyme off the favourites here from, so Ethan Vernon we know dropped, Henry Ulig from Alpecin, he got 8th yesterday, so that is, ending's not as hectic today, still an uphill sprint, and he got 8th yesterday, so he's sitting 3rd favourite today at 17 to 2. He's pretty good shout for the win. Who's the other one at Alpecin? Someone mentioned in my comments on Instagram for the first stage. Francesco Busato, someone said for yesterday's stage, I think he's working for Ulig at this race now. Noah Hobbs, he dropped out the back as well as Ethan Vernon, because I remember his name being mentioned. So he dropped out the back as well. Alberto Danesi, where did he finish? There's no point in me even scrolling that far. I'm probably quicker just trying to find his name in the right. So where did he finish? 118th. Yikes. So the favourites seem to be more catered towards a flat bunch sprint. I don't think it is going to be that. I think we've more chance of a bunch sprint happening tomorrow. But we will see. Weissdorfer made it back into the breakaway here, so Intermarché now have 2 riders again in the breakaway, Weissdorfer and Liam Slock. But yeah, breakaway's just about to hit the descent here, and then it should be pretty quick. They're doing 43.6 kilometers an hour. That's their average. Pardon me. I should ask if anyone is watching, and let me actually check. The 12% have voted other. If you are, let me know in the comments if you are looking out for anyone different in this stage, or you think anyone else could have a good shout. I just did Gudon, Evenepoel and Pidcock. Evenepoel's got 50% of the vote. Gudon has 12, Pidcock has 25, and other has 12. So like I said, my prediction was Brady Gilmore, or if Ethan Vernon's there, Ethan Vernon, but I think more leaning towards Brady Gilmore for this stage. But yeah, Remco, Red Bull and Jayco at the front of the peloton. Peloton sort of spread over the road. We've got a big, or I'd say leader, a big train of little riders, about 5 or 6 of them on the far right, with about 3 riders from Red Bull, maybe 2 from Jayco, and I think 3 or 4 from Bahrain Victorious. So it is. Gap is now 1 minute and 8 seconds on the breakaway has on the peloton. 25.7k to go, and they are on the descent now. I think the peloton is just about to hit the descent, but with 25k to go in a minute, It should be caught. Like the rider from Diego Uriarte from Kern Pharma does look pretty cooked. I had another ad break. Of course we do. Of course we had another ad break. Right. So, oh, screen's all over the show. Why can't I? No, sorry, I'm just trying to change I can't even see past the. So there's 25k to go. And everything is looking pretty fine at the moment. No real issues. Both are on the descent now. PCS says both are on the descent. Remco Evenepoel. That was him. So Remco Evenepoel sat third wheel on that Red Bull. There's two riders for Red Bull, and the third one is Remco Evenepoel. He's wearing the points jersey because he is second in it behind Gudon. He'll be wearing the leaders jersey. The leaders jersey for this is green, which I did when I was looking at all the races, at the start of the year, about January, February time, I seen, but then I forgot all about it until I seen the photo of Gudon in the leaders jersey there. When the photos came out, and it was green, and I was like, green. That's an odd color for the leaders jersey. You're so used to I suppose Tirreno's blue is also odd, but you're so used to the red, pink, yellow. Obviously because the big Grand Tours, but or no, is the leader blue, or is the points blue? I need to check because they're all over. I think there's an orange jersey as well. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Don't sneeze. No, didn't need to. Right, so general is green, the climbers is red, points is blue, and the youth jersey is orange. So fair enough, a decent mix of colours, just not the colours you're used to. It's nice to see some difference. Green jersey for the leaders. Actually does look pretty nice. The orange one looks pretty nice as well. But it is now just another wait until the coverage comes back and I get to see another Peter Sagan do the whoosh ad. Can't wait. Buzzing. So, actually, what was I going to do? I'll cover that. I'm going to cover it tomorrow. But the profile for tomorrow, we're going to see I'll go back to it, actually. Put it on your screen so you know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to go over the climbs. So the category 1 climb at the start of the day, 10.4 kilometers long, and has an average of 6%. So it is a pretty lengthy, drawn out climb. So you could probably see sprinters dropping on the first climb of the day, depending on how they feel after the first 2 days. But then after that, we've got a category 2 climb, 4 kilometers long, 4.7%. And then the final climb of the day, which looks steep on the profile, but it is 5.7 kilometers long, has an average of 4.2%. So not the steepest of climbs. The category 1 climb, 10 kilometers long, could be a bit of an issue for some people who are feeling a bit fatigued after the first 2 days. But the final 4 kilometers are all flat. We've got the race coverage back finally. Didn't get a Peter Sagan ad, which I'm happy about. Love the guy, but them whoosh ads do my head in. So 10 votes now on the poll. Evenepoel 40% of the vote. Gudon 20%, Pidcock 20%, and other 20%. So a decent mix. Obviously, Evenepoel being the favourite after his sprint yesterday. Gudon beat him, but Evenepoel did show a lot of promise in that uphill sprint. It did look like he was going to get it because he did drop it when Gudon overtook him. It did look like Evenepoel was bringing it back. And I think if there maybe, it's hard to say, if buts and maybes, but if there was another 50 metres, Evenepoel could have maybe nabbed it because he was coming up on him, and it was closer than the Pogačar and the Pidcock on Saturday. So the Milan San Remo race, so it could have been. I'll give it to him. If it was another 50, I think he would have got him. But Ineos in the leaders jersey, Ineos are left to control and look after the leaders jersey, depending on the finish today as well. I don't know if Remco Evenepoel would want the mountains jersey going, or the mountains jersey, the leaders jersey going into the mountain stages. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but I think he would rather have that pressure off the team. And obviously, if it does go into the mountains, and it is someone like Gudon, obviously he's not gonna show in the mountains, so it'll be any man for themselves, pretty much. But we've got Visma Lease bike now at the front on this descent. We're gonna hit the first of the wee uphills coming up. Oh, see, that's where I always forget about the red arrow. The red arrow's still on the screen. I'll show you where we are now. So we're just about to hit this first uphill. That is where they're just about to hit with Visma's at the front. I'll turn it off because I will forget about it. 19k, so we're into the final. Why is that? Yeah, I'll set it like that. 19k, so we're into the final 20k now. Weisdorfer is now attacked. It's Liam Slock and Diego Uriarte. So after Weisdorfer dropped from them three, he's now attacking them as Liam Slock now attacks Diego Uriarte to try and catch up to Weisdorfer. So it looks like we're going for a Lotto Intermarché 1-2. Still a minute on the peloton. But I'm surprised Weisdorfer still has it in him. And I'm surprised he's going for it, but maybe he knows he's done, because if he tries to get in the breakaway tomorrow, I think he might be a bit done. He looks like he's out of the saddle, but every time he sits down, he looks like he is really struggling. Liam Slock sat on his wheel as Diego Uriarte now drops. 1:05 on this breakaway has it on the peloton. So who's at the front? One rider for NSN at the front, one rider for Ineos. We've still got that Red Bull, the entire Red Bull team is on the left-hand side of the road. Evenepoel sat in third wheel. We've got one Visma rider sat in third, 3 Uno X riders on the wheel of that Visma rider. And then it is just, a mixture of teams. There's Oscar Onley on the right-hand side coming up to the front of the peloton. It's actually the first time I've seen him, and I didn't see him at all yesterday. He actually got a good finish. So he did. He got a pretty good finish yesterday. Riley Pickering's, I've just seen Riley Pickrell of Modern Adventure Pro Cycling. He didn't finish. He abandoned yesterday. So he did. So where'd Oscar only got a top 10 yesterday, so he got 9th. And didn't even see him, so that's a good finish for him. Just showing riders dropping off the back here on this first of the uphill sections on this descent. Oh, you're kidding. George Steinhauser dropping. He's my fantasy team. He's in my fantasy team. He's made it back. No. He looks to have dropped. That is not good for me. But 2 riders for Ineos at the front now. Who is that? He's a big boy, so I don't know. Don't know who it is for Ineos. They've actually got quite a lot of big riders with them. No, they don't. I take that back. I'm thinking of their team for the Milan San Remo. I think it actually might have been Victor Langalotti from Monaco. How tall is he? Actually, I take that back. Oh, no, sorry. Sorry, I got mixed up with the flags. I think it's Bob Jungels. It looked like he had the Luxembourg stripes on his wrist. Or not his wrist, his sleeve. More riders dropping out the back. That's Filippo Baroncini from UAE. He dropped yesterday. He's obviously done his work for the day. All right, Bobby, all good? All good. Now the peloton is under a minute now, so never mind, it's back up to a minute. But it is sitting around that minute mark now. NSN, 2 riders for NSN at the front, so it goes NSN, Ineos, NSN, and then 2 Ineos. That is the first 5 at the front. I'm doing good, thanks. I am all good. Glad to hear you're good as well. Red Bull, or the peloton now is just one straight line pretty much going down this descent. So to finish that wee uphill, and I think there's 2 to go. There's 2 ones that we can see to go. I don't know if there's any more ones that are smaller, but the rider for NSN at the front of the peloton's actually gap on the peloton now. But it's down to 58 seconds now, 16.4k to go. I've seen someone say, or seen a few, was it 1 or 2? and it was one or two, something like that, commented on my TikTok saying that Pidcock is going to attack on the final uphill, and that's 10 kilometers out. So, I mean, fair enough. I don't really see it, but I think we're looking at another uphill bunch sprint like yesterday. Goudon also, what a Goudon, he said something else in an interview. He said that the road doesn't widen out until the final kilometre, so it looks like we're looking at a narrow road coming into the finale, where it will widen out in the final K. But still the same tier at the front. Fair play to Weisstroffer for, he dropped and he dropped out of the breakaway, then he attacked out of the breakaway. Liam Slock just looks comfortable, so fair play to him. He's been a good teammate, pulling for Weisstroffer. 58 seconds now with 15.6k to go. Will they actually win him? Can Lotto Intermarché get this? But still the same. We're sort of spreading across the road now. EF Education are coming up on the left. Visma are on the left as well. EF Education now come off the left to the front of the peloton, but Red Bull are on the right. Ineos and NSN are still mixed together, pulling at the front. So that is a big drop for Evenepoel on that pole. I'll have to have a look. So Evenepoel was sitting on 40% in the poll, and we have now he's dropped to 27%. So there's 15 votes in the poll. Goudon on 20%, Evenepoel 27, Pidcock 27, and other 27. So we've got a pretty decently spread out poll now. So we're into the final 15k for the second stage of the Volta Catalunya. If you are just joining, there's Diego Uriarte getting caught now. But if you are just joining, I was live yesterday, I'm live today, I'm live all week. I'm live for the Ronde van Bruges tomorrow. I just uploaded my preview for the Ronde van Bruges. So if you want to check that out, that would be greatly appreciated. But yes, 14.5k to go. 56 seconds now. So if the break were to make it, I would have my money on Liam Slock over Baptiste Weisstroffer, because Weisstroffer hasn't sat, like he's like hunched over, he hasn't like sat up at all, and he's shaking all over his bike. So he's really digging into the depths of his energy tank here. But Liam Slock, he's dropping the head now as well. Liam Slock, he did look comfortable there until I mentioned that. They both look knackered now, so I probably shouldn't have said anything. So this is another wee mound coming up. Let's get the red arrow out now. So that is where we're hitting. No, we're just about to hit this wee. Just to the right of the point of that arrow, there's like a wee mound. The peloton has just hit the front of that. So that is where the race is at the moment, with 13.9k to go. After that, descent down to the final uphill peakish, I suppose, if you want to call it that. That is what is left, and then seems to be downhill to the finish. But let me get rid of this red arrow, because I always forget. I always forget to turn it off. 48 seconds now, so they've lost 10 seconds there, and I'd say about the last kilometre and a half. I think it is. I think it's a wrap on the breakaway. But Liam Slock's still at the front. But Lotto Intermarché have a dream, and they are going for it. Pardon me. So Ineos are at the front now. That is Bob Jungels. That is the Luxembourg flag on his cuff. So he's at the front. He's the only Ineos rider at the front. Little now moved 2 riders towards the front of the peloton. EF Education have 4. Visma have like 6. Red Bull have near enough their whole team. I was looking for Goudon, but I couldn't see I was looking for the French flag. Forgot he was in the GC green jersey, the overall, and I was looking for the French national flag. But they're showing the back of the peloton. No one to, I think. Hold up, is that Steinhauser? Please tell me that's Steinhauser. Hold up, let me check. 112. Yes, Steinhauser made it back onto the back of the peloton. He dropped. I'm celebrating because he's in my fantasy team, but he has made it back onto the back of the peloton. He obviously won the white jersey in the Paris-Nice. Very good Paris-Nice from him. with quite a lot of top 10 finishes. Let me double check. Sorry, top 10. 5th, stage 4, 8th, stage 5, and 6th on stage 8. So very good from him, and he's made it back onto the peloton. Camera's back on the front. 40 seconds now, so the time is ticking down. 12.1k to go. I think the time will massively decrease here on this final uphill. But who is that? Who is that at the front putting some work in? So someone from Movistar? So we've got someone, I think it might be Movistar. He's like hunched over, so I can't see his jersey or anything, but they've just went to the front and have put in some turn. They're like properly sprinting at the front. Ineos are on the wheel. 42 seconds, so it's going up. 41, 11.5k. We are looking for a good. Pidcock has now moved into the lead for the finale, or the pole. Pidcock 31%. Evenepoel 25, other 25, Goudon 19. No love for Goudon, so he's not going to get the back-to-back in your guys' opinion. George Bennett, that's who it is. George Bennett, the New Zealand jersey. Makes sense. So he's at the front of the peloton now, pulling for NSN. So we've got George Bennett, someone from EF Education, Ineos, EF Education, NSN, and Visma. They're the front 5-6 riders at the peloton. Liam Slock still pulling at the front of the breakaway as Weisstroffer comes around his left-hand side to do his turn. 38 seconds now as they're on a flat-ish section as they're about to start the final uphill. But I don't know if there's any uphills after this. Oh, crash. Oh. Single rider crash from Alpecin. Henry Ulig. Oh. Henry Ulig from Alpecin is down. Only rider down. All the cars, he's spread across the road, so all the cars are struggling to get past. Doesn't look good for him. He's still sat down. It doesn't look like he's going to get back on. He's still sitting down. They're trying to get him up. He's finally on his feet. So there's no footage off the crash. They just come around the corner and he's on one side of the road and the bike's on the other side of the road. And he sat in third favourite for the day. Oh dear. So he sat at the side of the road. I don't know if he is going to continue. I hope he does. I hope he's all good. But I think if that's him done, it goes on to Bussato. Was it? I'm pretty bad with names. Bussato, isn't it? Yeah, Francesco Bussato from Alpecin. I think it is now on his shoulders for the potential stage win. 37 seconds on the peloton now. I will wait and see if there is an update on Ulig. Obviously, PCS get it first, so I'm going to keep an eye on it. But AF Education are at the front now. Who are... Am I being stupid? Noah Hobbs. That's what I was like, why are AF Education... I forgot Noah Hobbs rode for them. So they are... Noah Hobbs obviously still on the peloton, still looking good. Ethan Vernon still in the peloton. Didn't see any images of him. The peloton has reduced quite a lot actually. We're coming with a it's still a big bunch, but it's not as big as you would have expected with the likes of Ethan Vernon. Oh, there's a big split. That's why. There's the second half of the peloton coming. I was going to say with the likes of Noah Hobbs and Ethan Vernon still there, that size of a group would surprise you. So there's the ambulance with Henry Ulig. And it is the end of the day for him as he gets into the back of the ambulance. Well, there was no footage of him getting into the back, but the ambulance was there, and it doesn't seem like he is going to continue. George Bennett still at the front for NSN as a teammate comes up his right-hand side to potentially take over. No, he's just sat beside him on his wheel towards the back of him. Weird commentary there. But the peloton is still split here. 8.6k to go and we've got a split peloton. Oh dear. So we've got a big bunch of the peloton and a decent bit back is another bunch, and then the very back of that peloton is all stringed out at the back. But as the front of the peloton now, far right of the road, Red Bull, 3 or 4 riders with 2 EF Education riders at the front of the peloton, pulling with 5, 6. Where's Gudon? There's 4 Ineos riders here. I can't see Gudon because he's in that leader's jersey. There's 2 riders from Lidl. I'm shocking at this. Lidl be doing for Skelmose. Ciccone yesterday dropped, so he did. A lot of people said that Ciccone was, I say a lot of people. Someone predicted him to win the stage yesterday on my TikTok. Hound on my YouTube, he was talking about him getting a top 3 in GC, and he dropped out the back. Obviously, there was no issues with him, but he seemed to be riding comfortably as there was an acceleration out the front from Red Bull. Florian Lipowitz accelerating out the front for Red Bull. Leo Bissot from Decathlon chasing him down, but that is a shock. Almeida's in the second peloton. Oh dear. Obviously, Florian Lipowitz attacks out the front. Obviously, I don't know if, of course, obviously, I don't know if anyone else knows it. I didn't know Joao Almeida, but obviously the riders may know. But I think that's why Florian Lipowitz is attacking out the front. Put a bit of pressure. That has completely messed the whole peloton apart. They're all over the road now. All the teams are... What is this camera angle from this helicopter? He's zoomed in on the road and there's at the back of the peloton. So we never even got to see that attack. He's been caught. Ineos are at the front. Is that Gudon in third wheel? No. Where's Gudon? Am I being stupid? There's Vingegaard on the left-hand side of the road with 2 Ineos teammates. Red Bull are still back at the front, but the peloton is quite significantly stretched out here. I need to change. Always forget about the red arrow and always forget about the... I'm just going to change it. We're into the final 7k now. Couldn't be bothered doing 10k. But one rider from EF Education still at the front. The gap between Group 1 and the peloton is... I thought that was an update on the 2 peloton. Sorry, the Breakaway's 15 seconds, and I forgot all about them up the front, but they're 15 seconds out the front. Weisdorfer at the front, Liam Slock on second wheel. Weisdorfer accelerating. He seems to have found his second tank of energy as he is accelerating at the front of the Breakaway. Two Ineos riders at the front. One from EF Education on third wheel. George Bennett's on third wheel. EF Education rider on fourth wheel. 3 or 4 riders from Visma behind them. Let me see the poll now. 17 votes. 18% say Gudon. 24% say Evenepoel. 35% say Pidcock. And 24% are other. So that is who you guys think is going to win it. As for who the bookmakers think is going to win it, Ethan Vernon is the favourite. Gudon second favourite. Henry Ulig, who just abandoned the race not long ago, he is sat as third favourite. Not anymore, unfortunately, but Noah Hobbs then moves into third favourite for EF Education, as EF Education are now at the front of the peloton. 13 seconds now for the Breakaway. They finished the last uphill, and it is all a descent down to the finish now. Don't forget the final 1 kilometre, 500, 600 metres off it are uphill. Very, very similar to yesterday's stage. But that is how it's looking. About to hit the final 5k. 5.5k, but I'll change it anyway whilst I remember. But there's 5.5 kilometres left. 12 seconds on the peloton. Right, so we've got the profile of the final 3 kilometres now. So it is all minuses until pretty much all minuses, 1% average, but all minuses until 0.8k to go. Then it goes 1%, 3%, and then the final 400 meters are 4%. So it is very, very similar to yesterday's stage. Yesterday's stage, the final 600 meters, 4.2%. If you want the exact specifics, like 4.2%. But George Bennett now moves to the front of the peloton for NSN. Brilliant turn from him. But yet again, NSN at the front, 1 EF Education rider, then there's 1 Ineos rider, 3 Visma riders, and then we've got another Ineos rider. There is good. I see Gudon now. I see him now. So Gudon, Evenepoel sat 5th wheel. Gudon is sat 8th wheel, 8th or 9th wheel, and then maybe 1 or 2 riders behind Gudon is the Red Bull team. But 10 seconds up the road, we're onto a flat section now. As Liam Slock's at the front, Weisstroffer in second wheel. They're both Weisstroffer got out of the saddle there, but they've got the helicopter point of view, and it looks like they're not going to get it with 4.1k to go. Still sitting at 10 seconds. Now they're on the flat, or 9 seconds now, but it's still sitting quite comfortably at 10 seconds. 3.8k to go. And the peloton is still split. There's loads of like wee smaller groups. There's the big bunch of the peloton. Then there's maybe 1 or 2 riders hanging about, and then there's another big bunch. And then out the back of that is another probably about 10 riders all scattered across the road. But is there anyone of note in this? But they're showing the back of. So there's 3 groups. Oh, the peloton's come together. Never mind. The peloton has sat up pretty much. There's Weisstroffer caught just down to Liam Slock now. Liam Slock, he attacked in a stage off the Pyrenees with, the Tirreno. He attacked on one of the stages with Abrahamsen, try and get away in the final. I think it was the final 15-20k. Didn't get away, but he looks to be trying to get away here now. 5 seconds on the peloton with 2.9k to go for Liam Slock. But the peloton are chasing them down very, very quickly. Before we get into the final, yet again, I just want to say subscribe if you've enjoyed, like the video. I've got a brand new upload on for the Ronde van Bruges. It's a preview for it, so go and check that out after this live stream. It would be greatly appreciated. I'm live again tomorrow for the Volta Catalunya and the Ronde van Bruges. I'm live all week for the Volta Catalunya, E3, Gent-Wevelgem, all of it. So that, yeah. Subscribe, stay up to date, follow my TikTok, Instagram. They sometimes pop up on the screen. I've finally figured out how to do it, but Lipo is cooked. Oh, Houndston. Well, Lipo did attack out the front. I don't know why he did so, but Liam Slock's still out the front here. 2.3k to go. The peloton is chasing him down. Who's that? Visma at the front. Is that Vingegaard in second wheel? Either that or I'm colourblind. There's Weisstroffer on the camera. Weisstroffer gives a wave and says, "I'm cooked." Pretty much. Final 2k now. Now it doesn't start to kick uphill. It's about -1, 0, -2 until the final 800 meters where it kicks up. And then the final 400 meters are all. The final 400 meters are 4%. Pidcock sneaky win. Now, to be fair, I haven't seen any. All I've seen that are leaders for teams GC, right? Lipowitz attacked out the front. It's the first time I've seen him. I didn't even see him yesterday. I've seen Evenepoel in the points jersey. Haven't seen Pidcock. I've finally seen Goudon. Evenepoel, you could pick him out anywhere with that big red helmet. But yeah, Liam Slock about to get caught. 1.4 kilometers. I was going to say 1.4 meters. 1.4 kilometers to go. Who is at the front though? If you are just joining as well, third favourite, Henry Ulig, had to abandon. He crashed. He was the only rider to crash, but he had to abandon, so he's not going to be in this sprint. But we've got Decathlon at the front as they hit the final 1 kilometre ban, or the final 1 kilometre banner. They hit the 1 kilometre banner now. Peloton is pretty stringed out. I'd say string. Is there a better word to use? Pretty spread out. Not across. Right, so Alpecin are at the front. 2 riders at the front for Alpecin. On the wheel of them is a rider from Q36, not Pidcock though. Quickstep are moving up with 2-3 riders. UAE are at the front with 2 riders now, taking over the Alpecin. Uno X are coming up the right-hand side with 2 riders. There's NSN as well. They're sort of scattered over the place, not really a lead out going for them. But there are a few riders of NSN that I can see. Need a deep breath here. 600 metres to go. Doesn't start to kick up until 400. They've hit the 400 metre mark now, so that was wrong. But Uno X attack out the front. 1 rider from Uno X. Someone from UAE is now trying to get under the back of him. He comes around the side. Who is it? I don't know who it is, but someone from UAE is now attacking out the front with Uno X rider on the wheel. Then there's a Decathlon rider sat in third. But who's it going to be? Uno X rider takes over at the front now. Decathlon now in second place. There's someone from Alpecin in fourth. None of the big favourites are here, but it looks like it is going to be the rider from Decathlon who comes up on the right hand side. No, Uno X gets it. Uno X gets it on the line. Who was that? I couldn't hear the commentators in my ear, but someone from Uno X just got it. None of the favourites were there. It was a 4-man sprint from, who was it? It was Ivo Oliveira from UAE, so that's who it was for UAE who launched the sprint. Then there was a rider from Decathlon, Uno X, and Alpecin. Some commentary job for myself. I don't even know who it was. I'm gonna wait. Who could it be for Uno X? 102. Scroll down. Where's Uno X? Can't find them. 102. Court Magnus. Oh, Court Magnus. Forgot about. I forgot all about him. I knew Leknessem was riding it, and I knew Urenstad because I remember having the Tour Down Under, but I forgot Court Magnus was riding it. Fair play. That was a very good sprint. Someone from Decathlon got second, and someone from Alpecin got third. I wonder if it was Bussato. Fair play to Alpecin. They lost their favourite for the day, but they ended up getting a podium finish by the looks of it. Don't know if the UAE rider now got... So, no. Someone I can't pronounce. Antoine Lehotte from Decathlon. That's who got second. If I butchered that, apologies, but Lehotte, that's what I'm going with. He got second for Decathlon. Third, it's Court Magnus's 35th pro. Oh my goodness. That is Court Magnus's 35th win of his career. 35th pro win. I'm going to wait for... Is that third? No, it's not. But it was someone. It was either someone from Alpecin or it was Ivo Oliveira. I think it was Alpecin that got it. I hope it is Bussato, because he was meant to be the lead out man for Ulig, but he had to abandon. Right. So yes, they did get third. But who was it? Whoa! Someone from Movistar in fourth. Gudon. No. Gudon got fourth. I keep getting mixed. See, when I see a white jersey, I got it with George Bennett, and now Gudon. I thought it was Movistar. So Gudon gets fourth. Here, I'll take it. Someone from Quickstep in fifth, I think. Right, here we go. Preliminary results. Yesterday I had to sit and wait about 10 minutes. So first was Magnus Cort of Uno X. Second wasn't Lehotte of Decathlon. It was Noah Isidori from Decathlon. That's who got second. Bussato at Alpecin did get third. Dorian Gudon fifth. Alberto Danese in fifth. Sorry, Gudon fourth, Danese in fifth. Guillermo Thomas Silva from Astana in sixth. Noah Hobbs seventh. Ivo Oliveira at UAE in eighth. Toon Arts from Lotto Intermarché in ninth. And Sergi Darder from Caja Real in 10th. I know that I'm waiting for the top to... No, they got it pretty quickly this time. So, yeah, enjoy that. Subscribe. That was actually an unexpected finish. I was... with everyone talking about it, I was expecting Pidcock, Evenepoel and all to be there, but they weren't. It was a bit of a switch up. You put captain on Pidcock. Who did I put captain on? I think I kept my captain on Gudon. I don't think I got any points for it, but 32 people in here. So whilst you're in here, I'll say go and check out my latest upload on YouTube. It's a preview for the Ronde van Bruges, which I'm live for tomorrow, as well as stage 3 of the Volta Catalunya. So if you want to check out that video, greatly appreciated. But yeah, Court Magnus wins. Noah Isidori from Decathlon, 21-year-old. That's another good result for Decathlon. Seeing he is 21. It's his best result of the season. Why Merlier ain't going? I know they just obviously haven't updated it on PCS, and then the day before they go psych and they take him off it. He did. Let me actually check. They did update his, so he is. I'm not a mission. I'm trying to pronounce that. He's announced for the 8th of April. Shell de Prige, that race in Belgium, and then he's riding the Tour of Hungary, and then the Belgium Tour, and then the Tour de France. So that is what is down for him now. But Bussato of Alpecin, that's his best finish of the year as well. Fair play to him. Who Gudon obviously on fire. Alberto Danesi, I think that's his. I think 5th. Did he get higher in the Tour Down Under? No, it's his best finish of the season as well. A lot of best finishes of the season here. Guillermo Thomas Silva, he got 4th yesterday, but he gets 6th today. So that's 2 top 10 finishes for the Astana rider from Uruguay. Very, very good. Noah Hobbs gets a top 10. He gets 7th. He got 7th as well at the Volta Algarve. Still looking for that one better, but 7th is still good. Ivo Oliveira from Ineos, 29 at this point. You bought Windows yet? No, I haven't. I have not bought Windows yet. I don't know if I'm going to buy PCM I might just wait until the new game comes out. Not the Vela Victory, the new PCM, or I might wait the Vela Victory comes out. I don't know. I'm waiting to see, but I'm still weighing it up. But Ivo Oliveira, that's his best finish of the season. No, it's not. Yes, it is. It is. Never mind. And then Toon Arts from Lotto Intermarché, 32. He's only rode 3 races this year, the 2 stages here today and the Grand Prix de Denain. But you got 15th in, and then Sergi Darder. Is that his best result of the year? It is indeed. 10th best result of the year. So, fair play. A lot of... I give £2. You don't need to give £2. But what was I going to say? A lot of highest place finishes for this stage in the Volta Catalunya. Have I got that? No, I don't actually. I don't have Discord. I need to get set up on it. I would like to get set up on it at some point. Set something up on that. But yeah, the general classification. Gudon still in first. Court Magnus moves into second on the same time. Evenepoel third, 4 seconds down. Pidcock fourth, 6 seconds down. Guillermo Thomas 10 seconds down. The rest on the same time. Does that mean Weisstroffer moves into the points jersey? No, Brian. You're all good. I don't know. Weisstroffer maybe moves into the points jersey. I'm not 100% on that. He was virtually in it before the sprint. I don't know how many points you get for fourth for Dorian Gudon, but I think he needed 3 or 4 to get back into it. So he stays in the GC standing. So I don't think he really cares. But Weisstroffer will be points and KOM going on tomorrow. I don't know if there's a change in the youth jersey. Maybe, I'm not sure. I will update you on that tomorrow. But I'm gonna wrap the stream up here. Thank you very much for joining. I do appreciate it. Like, subscribe, follow TikTok. Predictions for Ronde van Bruges and tomorrow's stage will be out in TikTok later. Go check out my preview for Ronde van Bruges. I think I've said that about 5 times now, but go and check that preview out after I stop this. It is greatly appreciated, but don't forget to like the video as well. And all that. So that is stage 2 wrapped up for the Volta Catalunya, where we see Court Magnus take the win. I'm happy. It was a good stage. Sorry. The poll, Pidcock 39%. Whoever voted other, I don't know who you were voting with for other, but they got 22%, so fair play to him. Yes, see you later, Hound. But yeah, thank you all for watching the Final K, and I will see you tomorrow. All the best.